Good evening. Welcome to Sydney Parade. Another midweek game of cricket. The final one, I think, of the 2023 season. This sees the Seconds taking on Clontarf in a second 11 Premier League refix. This will be a 20-over game, fast and furious. 20 overs probably doesn't suit the Pembroke side. But they need to take maximum points here to put pressure on the league leaders to have any chance of winning the league.
Any win.
25 points will see them home.
No, the other side are points ahead.
See us home.
No, the others, they're depending on another match.
Yes.
More than that. Malahide as well. Malahide have 2 games left.
Oh.
Malahide got 50 points. We couldn't catch them even with 25.
The umpires are out in the middle. The fielders are coming out in a bunch. And then amongst those fielders are 2 Pembroke batsmen who will be looking to go from the off in this 20-over refix.
Peter and Derek.
As you can see, no live score on the board as yet, but Clontarf lost the toss and Pembroke decided to bat first, and in the view of the captain, batting first is the best possible way to get 25 points. Umpire Derek Dockrell just counting the number of fielders. And now he's looking for a bowler to give the ball to. Bowling will be from the other end.
Oh, there we go.
Umpire Dockrell will head out to square leg. And Clontarf will prepare to open this innings.
Take your time, boys. Give me a chance.
Scorers being asked if they're ready. Graham Mooney being ably assisted, I think, by Sean Smith on this occasion. And there we have the opening partnership, Mickle, Wright and Hogan. Both first team stars this year. Joe's done well to get them both on the side tonight. Yeah, that's great. Well, 6 viewers at the moment. I suspect one of them at least is from Malahide and one from Railway, seeing what Pembroke can do against Clontarf today. Malahide still have 2 games left. Michael Wright finally getting a chance to open. Yes, Malahide have 2 games left. If they win those 2 games, they're liable to be champions. Railway as well, in with a good shout.
And Miriam. And they're all playing each other.
It's all very tight in this second 11 Premier League. So let's not worry too much about the permutations. And that certainly seems to be Michael Wright's view on it. He smacked that one away for 4. Short across him. He was quick onto it and sliced it away down to the pavilion. First boundary in the first over. Perhaps this move to opener is going to suit Michael Wright. He'll be able to combine his opening technique that he brought from South Africa, along with his late order hitting he's been doing for the first this year. Another wide. Plenty of runs going up on the board.
Where's the live scoring gone?
Oh, yeah, I know.
When you
Mistake.
taste the mustard.
You know it's there, but it's not overpowering.
Okay. That's for little ones.
I think another wide down the leg side. This could be a long over. The sausage rolls are so delicious. I think Cherish would say, I don't like, I love. I really wish they'd stop doing that on Bake Off, the professionals, but that's over for another season. We get back to the amateurs next.
Bake Off is next.
So Marshall not having the best of starts. Another wide down the leg side. He really is thrown off by having a left-hander in front of him. These all would be very good deliveries against a right-hander. Unfortunately, he's not batting against a right-hander, bowling against a right-hander. Just 2 legitimate deliveries out of the 6 bowled so far. 4 wides. Pembroke won't mind though. And finally finds the bat. And just a dot ball. With 8 off the opening over so far, Pembroke will be happy enough with that. Clontarf seem to have quite a youthful team. Not sure that they have too much to play for in the second 11 Premier League. Oh, and a no ball to add to the 4 wides. This poor lad is not having a good time of it at all.
There you have it.
He's getting a righty.
Craig,
Hmm?
you had it. Clontarf. Back 2. No, the next one. Oh, yeah. No, the next one. Back 1. No.
Clontarf have only won 4 of their 12 games. They've lost 5. And they've had 3 no results. And they quite possibly are in a relegation dogfight, but it depends on North County winning their last 2 games with maximum points.
So first prediction game of the day. How long till they want to move the side screen?
Another wide. This is a very long over. 9 balls already, and we've only had 3 legitimate deliveries.
And a free hit.
What will Hogan do with the free hit now?
Let's do
We've
free.
seen how flamboyant he can be this season. Nice shirt now. Well, that's a super shot from Hogan. It's 6 straight over mid-wicket. No fielder out in the boundary there. And you'll see this shot. He just whips this away. It's the shot of a man who knows it's a free hit. Comes good stride down and then just flicks it away. And that lifted it over the ring. And it ran away beautifully. Brings the score on to 15. And that's Danny Hogan off the mark. And Marshall really struggling to get through this over. Still 3 balls to come. Well, 2 to come now.
No, 1 to come. 2. Sorry.
That one's through to the keeper. But this is a super first over. I feel sorry for the scorers. 17 without loss now, and just 1 ball remaining in this first over. Well, 340 off 20 overs would be a bit much. Ah, Nicky. Nicky, you could have left it another 24 hours. Or perhaps sent them to me on Saturday morning. That would have been good. Yeah. Just what I need on a Thursday night is 3,000 photographs. Thursday night before the awards night. She sent them. My inbox was tinging with pictures today. So that first over does come to an end. 17 runs came from it. It included a 6, a 4, a no ball, lots of wides, and a few dot balls mixed in there as well.
At least it fitted.
Yeah.
We have seen it pop before.
Are you... Well, 17 off the first over. Let's see how the second over goes. Mickle Wright again. He's taking an off-stump guard here. It's not a guard we see too often. That suggests that he's going to want to play an awful lot round to leg. Nice ball, but it's played nicely into the outfield by Mickle Wright, and he gets through for the single. Are the Mickle Wrights of Cape Town tuned in this evening? That single brings Danny Hogan on to strike, where Gilhooly, having gone for just a single off his first delivery. Hogan's going to look to take him big, there's no doubt about that. He goes down the track, he hooks it out towards Cow Corner. There is a fielder out there, he's taken the catch, and Hogan departs for just 6 runs off 4 balls. Well, we knew he was going to go big. Goes down the track and whips it away to the leg side, but the fielder, although he had a fair bit of ground to make up, did well to steady himself and take a solid catch. And that's 18 for 1 in the second over. That heavy breathing you heard, in fact, was a dog going past the ground mics. Nothing to do with the commentators on this occasion. We don't usually pant quite that loudly.
It's not quite as hot as yesterday.
Graham, are you watching? Give us a wave. Well, Captain Joe Prendergast has come in at number 3. He knows how important this game is, even with the cup win under his belt. First time they've won the Senior 2 Cup in 47 years. Get halfway through a number, and everybody else around you
76.
gives you the answer. Prendergast this time just punching it into the offside. Quick enough to take a run. Bring Mickle right back on strike. Left-hander. There's going to be a fair bit of running around. Is that Peter Searson?
It is. He's getting his steps in today.
Peter Searson and Derek Dockrell are our umpires. Pembroke scorer is Graham Mooney. He's got Sean Smith on his shoulder. And they don't know who the Clontarf scorer is. Nicely played away. They'll take the single. It's a good throw. And it's gone through the fielder. There's a chance of an overthrow if either batsman was watching where the ball was. But they weren't. So the decision is made for them not to take a second.
To be fair, he'd run miles through. No hope.
And putting on the brakes and a sharp turn wasn't in Joe's thoughts there.
Stop a tanker.
And that's the end of 2 overs. Oh, my goodness, a much better over for Clontarf as Gil Hooley 1 for 3. Got rid of the dangerous Danny Hogan. Hogan's only scoring shot was that whipped 6 off the free hit. And here's the first of Niall's hassles today. The sight screen being moved.
I left the cables, but obviously not quite well enough.
Brown sugar. Who's on brown sugar?
Now I've got a coffee and Sean said he was buying it for you, so there's 4 sugars there.
Oh, I got him a coffee instead.
There's only so much you can do.
Change of angle for everybody here. Left arm over. And unsurprisingly, it's a change of bowling. McCabe coming on. First over going for 17. Captain had to make a change. She couldn't afford to go for that again.
So the answer was 2 overs.
1 over and 1 run.
I presume it's power play. How long does power play last?
6 overs.
Oh,
You know,
Once again,
what is it normally? And if 40 over match, it's normally 10.
50 over match, it would be 10 overs. But this is a T20. I suspect the power play is 6 overs. God, it'd make it an interesting T20 if you're only allowed 2 outside the circle for 10 overs out of 20. That certainly would encourage baseball hitting, the likes of which I think even Charlie would be troubled to watch and see. This one driven straight back down the ground. There is a fielder there, but they'll get through for the single. Nicely played by Prendergast. Not trying to overhit. Like we saw with Danny Hogan. He tried to belt it into Willfield Road. About 40 yards short of that. Now changing the field, obviously, with the left-handed bat. Nobody on the fence on the offside.
He's got a man deep there.
Oh, McCabe suffering the same way the opening bowler did.
He's got his 2 out are there.
It's the traditional 2 out.
looked like it's a square leg rather than a fine leg.
Yeah.
Deep square. Yeah, slightly behind square, but deep on the boundary. And third man down at the pavilion door. And another wide. Peter Searson signals it with a gesture of surrender more than wide signalling. Hands up. 3 wides, 4 wides in this over, but 3 deliveries that have been wides. Micklewright comes down. He's looked for the fielder. Oh, the fielder made a great effort at catching that. Got both hands to it, but wasn't steady at the time. And it was his momentum that cost him the catch. But what a great effort. Micklewright coming down, looking to go straight. Not quite as straight as he wanted. And it looked out of his reach, but he put his hands up and just got to it. but unfortunately couldn't cling on. Great effort, though. Hi, Molly. Micklewright sees one's on his pads. He's pulled it away to the leg side. The fielder races round the boundary, but all he can do is fetch it from the railway line. That's a super shot from Micklewright. The left arm over, just drifting a bit into Micklewright's arc. It was outside off, but he pulled it across. So yes, if any of the Micklewright family are tuned in Cape Town at the moment, give us a shout. I mean, what time is it here now?
4:45.
4:45, so an hour or two.
I think there's only an hour difference this time of year.
5:45. Delicate shot played away on the offside this time behind square. There are 3 fielders for that shot. 2 of them combine to make sure it's only a single.
Only an hour difference.
And the score has moved on to 32 for 1. Oh, McCabe not having too much success at the moment. Gilhooly 1 for 3 from the nursery end, but the 2 overs from the St John's end so far. First one went for 17. And this one has gone for more than 12 anyway. And they jog through at the end of the over. Micklewright now will be facing. One assumes it will be Gilhooly to continue from the Jameson Nursery SMC end. Many thanks to the 17 of you tuned in. As I said, if you're from one of the other clubs that are involved in what I would call a dogfight for the league title here, the Second 11 Premier League, if you're from Railway or Clontarf or Malahide, do let us know. Or Marion. Not so much Marion. Do let us know. All these sides in contention at the top, except for Clontarf, who are looking to pull themselves out of the relegation dogfight. This one's hit straight to the fielder. It's a super throw. But Micklewright well and truly in. No problem there. 2 all our viewers at the moment. Hope you've enjoyed this summer of cricket with Pembroke live on YouTube. And we'd love it if you would like and subscribe to the channel. Over 760 subscribers now. Played out to the fielder. They're going to the bowler's end. Prendergast set off, put his head down, didn't even look, just kept running. And that was the sensible thing to do. That's a super shot from Micklewright. He's lifted it over to the bar. It's gone for 6, straight over the fence. Super shot, picked it up nice and early. 6 more onto the total, and Clontarf seem to be a little bit under the pump at the moment. This one's gone down the leg side. It will be signalled as a wide. You could see Gilhooly was determined not to go for 6 again. This one played out into the gap. The boundary rider will come in and keep that one just to a single. Played away this time. Prendergast's playing it out to the boundary. Fielder picking it up, getting it back in. Just one ball remaining now in this, the fourth over. This one just down. A bit of teamwork required to do the backing up. That's the end of Gilhooly's second over. This one going for 12. Not quite as successful as first. And after 4 overs, Pembroke have moved on to 46 for 1. Well, they have been helped greatly by the number of extras that Clontarf have conceded at this stage. There's been plenty of wides. There's been one no ball. It looks like the Clontarf skipper having to go to a third bowler from the St John's end. And in the 5th over, we're going to see our 4th bowler. Nice evening this evening. The sun has been trying and threatening to break through the clouds all day long. Hasn't quite managed it at all, but it's bright enough here and it's certainly warm enough. Searson waving his arms like it's the end of a power play or the beginning of another one. And now we're going to see some off spin from young Vincent. Well, the club president's arrived, looking slightly less formal than he did this morning. Just a single taken from the first ball. I have the ground mics at a volume whereby I can hear people talking, but not what they're talking about.
I wonder if nobody's going to go.
Sight screen being moved again. Vincent going over the wicket to the right-hander. Just played out on the leg side. Take the single. Good steady stuff this from Prendergast. It's exactly what Pembroke need. They've got off to a flyer anyway, thanks to Hogan and Micklewright. Micklewright 24 or 14 balls. And we know that Hogan, well,
See how bad this is now. Yep.
he got 6 from just 4 deliveries.
Oh, for goodness sake.
And a reverse sweep. And that's going to run away to the boundary. Nothing's going to stop that. That's a beautiful shot from Micklewright, the left-hander. Goes down into the reverse sweep, gets 4 more. And that will bring up the 50 for Pembroke in the 5th over. They're going at over 10 and over. Going to be a lot of change of angles, one suspects here. Vincent going around to the left-hander, over to the right-hander. Perhaps it was Joe played the reverse, actually. Well, it's gone a bit aerial. The fielder's coming in. He's not going to get to it on the full. Picks it up on the first bounce. Micklewright now practicing the shot he should have played. Nice shot from Prendergast, bisecting the fielders. One of them's going to get to it before it gets to the rope. His partner in the field gets it thrown in.
And now they're pushing the side screen really wide on this side.
9 off Vincent's first over, first 5 balls. And that keeps the run rate well above 10, in fact above 11. And that's 5 overs done. 56 for 1. Micklewright has moved on to 29, and Prendergast is 10 off 11. And this is the ideal start for Pembroke if they can keep this rate, this momentum going for another 5 overs with just 1 wicket down. My goodness, they really will launch an assault at the back end of this innings. Gilhooly into his 3rd over. His first over only cost 3 runs. His second went for 12. He took a wicket in that first over as well. The wicket of Danny Hogan. Prendergast hits this one very firmly at the fielder. The fielder was always going to prevent a run there. Just runs it down to 3rd, does Joe. He's doing his best to get Micklewright on strike, although on this occasion he does so with just 4 balls remaining in the over. Micklewright's going to want to take this bowling on. Nobody's checked in on the live chat yet. Nobody's checked in on Twitter. Thank you very much. Big swing. That runs away. All the way. Another big shot for Micklewright, and he's determined to be batting above 200, and he's there at the moment. And this time he plays it away. Fielder at point does a fine job of getting down to prevent any more than just a single. But this is a baptism of fire for this Clontarf bowling attack. They really are being taken for quite a few runs here. This is a beautiful shot, just lifted straight. Prendergast didn't try to overhit it. He'll only get the single. Deserved a lot more. I thought you were hanging around for a while.
We are coming and going.
Okay, we'll see you later. Well, at least 20% of the viewing audience leaving for the moment, although they do say they'll be back. Dockerell saying that one just flicked Micklewright's pad on the way through. As we approach 5 o'clock, half an hour into this game.
Twice as many viewers as there are people at the ground who aren't players.
Absolutely. It's great to see the numbers up as high as 28 of you out there. I will repeat my oft-mentioned begging for people to like and subscribe to this channel and to this video. $765 subscribers now. And just one weekend of the season to go. No streaming on Saturday. Saturday sees the Sixes development side playing at 9 o'clock in the morning, which is a bit early to be streaming. And then it's followed by the under-15 boys All-Ireland final and the under-13 girls All-Ireland final. But the only way to watch those games is to come down in person. The bar will be open. Ireland's rugby game is at 2:15. There are 4 World Cup rugby games on Saturday. And 5 on Sunday. An awful lot of rugby being played in this first weekend. 18 of the teams will have played by the end of the weekend. But back here for the moment. Old Micklewright taking on the fielder. Prendergast's legs get him down the other end in plenty of time. The fielder decides against throwing the ball. Noah Smith doing some sterling work on the scoreboard, on the sight screen at the moment. You'll notice it in the change of angle, camera angle. Another attempt at the reverse. Judging from how the keeper went after that to try and scoop it up, one might guess that there was something on that. It certainly wasn't the contact that Micklewright was looking for. He was looking to punch that one down to the clubhouse on the reverse again. Much better from Vincent on this occasion, just 3 runs coming from his second over. And Pembroke, after 7 overs now, 68 for 1, and going along very nicely. 43, 47, 57, 57, 11 extras. Just will take you through the batting card and let you see the Pembroke side. Just that 1 wicket to fall, the wicket of Danny Hogan. He fell for 6, caught by Vincent, bowled by Gil Hooley. Fine catch, well out in the deep. And you can see the Pembroke side today. Good to see Rob Kelly playing today. And for the Clontarf viewers out there, it doesn't make for pretty reading. Ethan Marshall, Ben McCabe, both going for over 10 and over. Vincent, the most economical at 6.5. And that 1 wicket to Gil Hooley, 1 for 24 off 3 overs. Marshall now to return for his second over. Well, the misfield, don't run on a misfield. You can rip that one up and throw it away, because on this occasion, Prendergast saw it straight away and was off like a flash, and they pick up another single. And that brings the score to good evening, James. 69 for 1.
Where's James?
Hmm?
Where's James?
He's not available today. He said he couldn't make it today. He said all his goodbyes and thank yous on air last night.
I thought he was here.
Doesn't stop him tuning in. Micklewright has hit it straight out into the covers. He's lofted it to the fielder, and that's another wicket. 69 for 2 now, Pembroke, and the dangerous Zach Micklewright. He departs for 37 off 23 deliveries, and Clontarf needed that wicket. Well, this is the dismissal of Zach Micklewright. Just pushed across him, a bit too close, and all he could do was lift it to the fielder. And the fielder takes a neat catch. And he knows it too. So Marshall, having conceded 17 from his first over, he's picked up a wicket with the second ball of the second. And that really has perhaps changed the complexion of this game. It looks like the next batsman out will be the hero of the cup final, His 67 allowed Pembroke to reach 202, which was too much for Malahide to chase down at the weekend. And Seconds won the Senior 2 Cup for the first time since 1976, since certainly before any of the team were born. Well, there is the worm. A good little worm it is too. There has been a sort of slowdown over the last few overs. But that's to be expected as well. They went off at such a rate, you couldn't keep up that.
That's just lying because there's only 2 balls gone in the over.
Well, Marshall Fung happier bowling to right-handers. He'll be glad to see the back of Mickle Wright.
You both like this one. I'm getting it wrong. You both like saying Hollis.
Well, just as he did on Sunday in his match-winning 67. I get the feeling that wicket-keeper batsman Greg Hollins will be looking to build an innings here. And he's given him out. And that immediately provokes a hand on the hip from the batsman. He's certainly not happy with the decision. And the cricketing gods strike again. Wins the cup final at the weekend. Out for a 3rd ball duck today. And he'll be claiming that he got some bat on that.
Oh, he definitely did. How was he given?
Comes down the track.
He's claiming it came off his toe, his foot.
Yep. Well, if you look in the book, it says Hollins, LBW 0. And that's a 3rd wicket down for Pembroke now. And Clontarf are doing a good job of dragging this back. I think Joe may have expressed a view there to the umpire. Well, Joe Prendergast has been joined by another left-hander. And will they look to rebuild, or will they look to continue at the same hectic pace they've been going at? Hi, JJ. How's you?
Good, how are you?
Oh, not too bad.
I tried to score 2 minutes ago and it was
Yeah. Vincent to continue from the St John's CJK end.
maybe a little bit later.
How dare you come down here without the dog?
He's behind you.
Oh, right.
He's been groomed.
Well, there's lots of drones then.
You know what? I actually don't know.
70 for 3 now. Live score not quite keeping up with the action on the screen. I'm sure it won't be too long before it catches up. Oh, it's gone back a bit. Beautifully cut away from Kelly. He's found the boundary. Super shot. That runs away for 4. That gets him off the mark.
Oh, it's Robin. He's left-handed.
Just flicked away on the leg side by Kelly. He's going to be looking for 2. Prendergast calls no. Having seen the ball in the bowler's hand, he covered a lot of ground to get his own fielding there. Prendergast just paying this one back down the wicket quite sensibly. This time he hits it past the bowler. The fielder is there. They go to the far end. Not out on this occasion.
Make it over here. You're going to keep going.
Evening, Peter. That's our viewers down by 1. Peter Prendergast has made his way down to the ground. He'll be doing a few laps later on. 7 off this over so far. Again, whipped away onto the leg side. He's looking for 2 this time. Prendergast willing to assist him in that, and they get home quite safely for the second. End of the over. 76 for 3. The scoring rate still well over 8. One of the most heartening things this year on the seconds has been the promotion of youth. Ethan Clark, Luke and Dan Murray, Bruce Whaley. Loads of promising young cricketers have made their debuts, and possibly a little more as well. Well, that's a super shot from Kelly again. He's found the boundary again. Well, this is the Rob Kelly that we know and love. Such a positive batsman. Doesn't see the point in hanging around. And you'll see from this shot here, just whips it right on the leg side. 4 more runs for Pembroke, 4 more runs for Robin Kelly. Goes for it again. On this occasion, wraps him on the pads, runs out, but Prendergast is alert to the chance and takes the leg bite. Oh, the run. Well, just showing you how fortunes can change. Marshall's first over went for 17. He's now into his 3rd. He's only conceded another 7 runs in those over and a half, and he's picked up a couple of wickets as well.
Getting tempted to move the Dougals, but I know as soon as I do, somebody will jump in the nets.
that's just edge away by Prendergast. Half-hearted shot at the ball. Took the edge and flew past where the keeper was. That could have gone anywhere. But it does bring Robin Kelly back on strike. And Joe Prendergast is doing a superb job of ensuring that the strike is going to his bigger hitters. He sees himself as the glue. Joe Prendergast, the sensible one. Good afternoon to Connor. I'm sure Connor's watching in Spain at the moment. It'd be unlike him to miss an opportunity to see his brother in action. And this really is an important game for Pembroke, but for many other sides as well. As I say, I'm sure a few of our watchers this evening are watching this for the outcome rather than as Pembroke supporters, or even Clontarf supporters. Another single taken by Prendergast. And that concludes the over. And that's 9 down now, 87 on the board. And there's still plenty of overs to be played, plenty of overs, runs to be scored, and Clontarf be looking to take a couple more wickets now. Afternoon, gentlemen. Yeah. Not a great day. We had the funeral of club member Maurice Lyons earlier today. Absolutely fabulous crowd. A reflection of how much work Maurice did in the area of sport. I did hear somebody say today the Lions boys loved their sport. May not have been particularly good at it, but they loved their sport. No doubt arguments have already started in the afterlife. Johnny Lyons, of course, was a big Leeds United supporter. This one signalled a wide. They'll take a second for it as well.
Poor Luke.
He really has got the long straw today, hasn't he? Short straw. Luke Murray on scoreboard duty, on sight screen duties for us. Keeping an eye on the camera as well as making sure the batsmen are happy. And now Robin Kelly taking on Seawood's left arm spinner. Well, that wasn't the shot Robin Kelly wanted to play. He wanted to have another go at that one. All he could do was scoop it into the leg side and take the single. But 90 on the board now, and we're not even at the halfway mark. Another one that's too short. And this one makes it to the rope. 6 runs for Prendergast. And finally he'll get above a runner ball.
That was a tough bit of camera.
26 off 25.
I thought I was in for the catch for a while.
Well, it did look like it was coming down towards us. And the fielder got as close as he could. Well, maybe had another yard or two between him and the rope, but the ball cleared him and the rope. 6 more runs for Pembroke, 96 for 3 now. And perhaps the worm has started to turn up again. This time played away on the offside through the fielders. And that one will get away for 4, and that's 10 off 2 balls for Joe Prendergast. And he really has pressed the accelerator here. This occasion, not just a slog, played beautifully, cut away, and once it beat that fielder behind point, Seagull getting out of the way, and nothing else was going to stop it before it hit the rope. Well, that's 100 up for Pembroke now in the 11th over. And that one's hit away. but on this occasion he's hit it straight to the fielder at square leg on the boundary, and he takes the catch, and Woods picks up a wicket with his 4th delivery. He's already gone for 13, but he'll be delighted to see the back of Joe Prendergast. Joe goes, having decided to press the accelerator. And it's 100 for 4. With 2 balls remaining in the 11th over. Well, there's some good hitting going on here from Pembroke, but on this occasion, it was between the two. Between the two stood the fielder. Just that little bit of turn at the end, I think, meant that Joe didn't get the full fat of the bat onto it. And the fielder, well, you can tell from the little spring in his step, he's delighted with that catch he's taken. And a 4th wicket falls. And just while the new batsman is taking guard and all that messing that goes on when new batsmen come in, you can see the line had taken another up kick since those 2 wickets fell. But will the fall of this wicket now drag Clontarf back into this game? Woods 1 for 13.
Oh. Let's move to last.
Too short, pulled away on the leg side. It looks like a Dale, it bats like a Dale. It probably is a Dale. Woods to close out his first over. Another one that's gone short, and Kelly making sure to play it along the ground. And Dale McDonough says no to a second, and that's probably wise. It leaves Kelly on strike for the next over. It does take the score onto 102 for 4. And we'll just have a quick look at the batting card.
Sure, yeah, I'm coming over, but it's fine. But screw it, I'll just do it.
Those are the first 4 wickets to have fallen. And I was quite right. Dale McDonough it is that's joined Rob Kelly out there. Well, Hogan went for a massive hit early on and got caught in the deep by Vincent. Mickle Wright, well, he scored a fine 37, just about to press on the accelerator, and he was caught, and the same for Joe Prendergast. Rob Kelly, though, and there's still a bit of batting to come with Luke and Dan Murray, Donna Tucker, and Sumit Kumar to come.
Black screen? No. Oh, interesting.
Change of bowling. Irvine bowling now from the Jameson Nursery SMC end. No doubt Steve McCarthy will be down to the awards night on Saturday with his new signs. Oh, quick hands from Kelly. The fielder does get to it and he prevents a second. That was all about hand speed there. Kelly late into the shot, but not too late. Oh, well taken by the keeper. It's going to be a wide, but that was really well taken. Qualifying going quite well so far. Oh, there was bat on that as well, and that's why the appeals were all stifled. Well, that's bump ball back to the bowler, and he's doing well so far. Big shot from Kelly on this occasion. Fielded just inside the rope. Just a single to Kelly. And the scoring rate really has slowed again. Full toss is played out on the leg side, just a mid-wicket. The fielder is out there, not specifically for the full toss, but for that sort of shot. And that's the end of the 12th over. The score has moved on to 107 for 6.
Could we not just have two right-handers, please?
Niall's campaign to outlaw left-handers from the game gathers strength. Well, at least with Niall it does.
If the bowler's just all stuck to right arm over or left arm round, you can have some left arm batsmen.
Is Sunday's game the last game? At home. So, just to let you know, one more game after this one to be streamed. And that's Sunday's.
I'm not promising I'm going to make it down here on Sunday.
Well, yes. One that might be streamed. The hangover may kick in at that stage, and the thirds will have to do without. Just as the sixes are doing without the streaming on Saturday. 9 a.m. start, ensuring that that one won't be broadcast. And then the under-13s girls and under-15 boys. They occupy the ground during the afternoon. The only way to watch those All-Ireland finals is to be in Sydney Parade. Vincent rapping Kelly on the pads, not even an appeal from the bowler.
There you go. And as much for where it ends up.
Rob Kelly ensuring that our sponsors get their full value. Getting it straight down to their signs there at the Willfield Road end. Corner. Just dropped into the leg side. McDonough again. He is so quick between the wickets. Gives everybody every opportunity to pick up another run. Always runs the first one quickly.
I wonder if they're under time pressure. The bowler was charging back to his mark.
Well, perhaps the umpires have had a word. I have to say that's one of the things I don't like is teams being penalised for slow overs. If there was something else on that day or we had TV times to keep to, fair enough. But let's just win the game on the field.
Light.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
taking the mick when the fives are taking
Oh, sure, it's Clontarf are going to
9
have to.
hours to bowl.
Yeah.
40.
35 overs the Sixes will play on Saturday, deliberately to make sure that the pitch is clear for the All-Ireland finals later in the day.
I don't think they'll be playing 35, or they shouldn't be. Not enough time. 4.5 hours for 35 overs?
So 7 overs remaining. How many more can Pembroke get? I remember a time when we thought that 120 was almost an unbeatable score in a T20. We didn't call them T20s in those days.
20 overs.
20 over game.
15 8-ball.
15 8-ball overs, yes. Whelan Cup, that was magical. Absolutely magical. Done up, very open stance to the left-hander. Just drops it into the leg side, takes the single, brings Kelly back on strike. Rob Kelly, he's now on 21 from 17. Dale McDonough has taken over the Joe Prendergast role to perfection. Just getting down to the non-striker's end. Few people making their way down now. Not quite time to begin the weekend, but not far off either. And with just this and 2 other adult games to watch or play. Well, it appears that I missed out on my chance to play for the Ones after Theo's retirement. Did make myself available to the selection committee.
Didn't get the nod.
They've passed me up on my kind offer of going out to civil service. Filling a big gap in the middle order. McDonough again, very distinctive bottom hand style he has, very open to the left-hander. That's going across him. Just off the pad, signal to the leg by, another one onto the score. Yes, how cricket has changed now. Even totals of 160, 180 are considered normal in T20, certainly around the world. Pembroke will do well to get to 180 here. Good off-pace delivery from McCabe. Fools Kelly on this occasion. He was down into his shot. Well, as it turned out, far too early.
I thought it might have been as well.
I thought there was a noise. McCabe searching for his first wicket. He thought he had it here.
Oh, yes. Carved off the top of middle.
Well, Kelly survives that appeal. It looks like Irvine is swapping ends now. Coming on at the CJK. St John's end. Yep. Beautiful shot from McDonough for 4. Takes Pembroke up to 1-2-1. And that one's going wide. Oh, some good backing up, saving some more runs. Oh, that was
Keeper saving 5 wides.
5 wides. He had a long way to go to get that. I like the top, Molly. Top looks well.
That's Colin. Does it move it off the seam or was it just bat? I think that one was just bat.
Well, that swiveled round on that one. It's going to run away to the boundary. So you can see the fielder pulling up before he gets to the ball. 4 more runs, and Kelly is making the most of this chance that he's been given. Well, in answer to Stephen, is it?
Steve.
Well, Steve, I can tell you, I don't think it moved off the pitch. The only other thing it could have hit to make that noise, top of the stumps. But no. Well, these two bats have taken a liking, or certainly Kelly has taken a liking to the bowling of Irvine. Irvine. More commuters find themselves going past this big open green field with a whole load of people wearing white clothes and running around. Nicely scooped around onto the leg side. That's going to find the fence too. These two seem to have discovered that they've played themselves in at about the same time. Oh, that's a bit unfair to Robin Kelly. He's been going at it from the off. On this occasion, McDonough coming in and scooping that one round to the leg side. And the fielder again, you can see, knew he was in with no chance of cutting that one off.
No then. How is that a no?
Well, our cameraman reckoning that, well,
Well, this is Dale we're talking about. That's a signal for Dale every day of the week.
you'd have thought I think it was because it was the last ball of the over. He was aware of that. He's quite willing to give Robin Kelly the strike, and that's why. He didn't take the single to one hit firmly to the fielder.
Quality work over there.
Well, we're back in the middle again, and all this camera moving, very much thanks to and grateful for the work of Luke Murray. Those sight screens are not the lightest things in the world. And he keeps moving it backwards and forwards. Just powered over to the leg side. Kelly's favourite spot. And that one crashed away. This time played with a bit more subtlety. Dale, well alive, well alert, well aware of the situation, takes the run. And Pembroke really looking to pile on the runs here. They need big bonus points. Hello, Scout. This time just plays it out in the offside, gets his single, gets down the other end. Still scoring it above a runner ball. Hey, Scout. Come and say hello. Hello, how are you? How are you? Oh, yeah. Always here. Can smell the sausage rolls, can Scout. Robin Kelly facing. Robin Kelly missing. He pulled out of the shot. Didn't get bat on ball. And he's been bowled by McCabe in his third over. And Pembroke fall to 138 for 5. Well, Clontarf still had a chance of pulling this back. But Captain Joe Prendergast will be delighted. Everybody contributing, really.
Oh, we didn't pull out.
He got to there, and you could. He knew once he'd gone through the shot. His body language told you that he knew he got no bat on it, and he knew to listen for the falling timber. He's got to go and pad up now. Well done, Luke. That's absolutely top work. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. There we go. Whoosh, straight across the screen. But top work. Luke, you might ask one of your pals to come down. One of your teammates. Somebody who's already batted might come down. So Donica Tucker now, the next batsman. The umpire tells him there are 2 balls remaining. And he starts off with a cover drive. That would have been good in a test match, let alone a 20-over thrash in Pembroke on a Thursday night. That could have graced Edgbaston and maybe Trent Bridge. Super shot. Not too much footwork, but it wasn't required. The ball was in the right place for him. And he's played that away beautifully, and that runs away to the rope. 4 more onto the total. 4 more. Brings up 140. Clontarf know they're going to need 7 and over. And Pembroke are going to know that what they need to bowl Clontarf out in order to pick up maximum bonus points. Oh. Slight difference of opinion between the canines on the wall. 143 for 5. With just 4 overs remaining. Now's the time to type in your guesses. Irvine to bowl the 17th over from the CJK, St John's End. This one just played back to the bowler. You don't expect to see too much of that. How long before he realises?
This is the bigger problem. I should have made it further.
That's pretty perfect.
Dale's about to make it move a yard too wide anyway.
Just chipped away to square leg. They take the single again. Oh, signalled wide by umpire Peter Searson. $185, our correspondent on YouTube has gone for. I think that may be a tad optimistic. These two batsmen far more known for their nudges, nurdles and good running. Oh, he sold him down the river, and he's got away with it. Well, there's no way that should have been anything but run out. It was the stop-start of the batsman.
Well, I was about to say if the batsman had just run it.
If they just run it, they were there. That was fine. I didn't have a problem with that. It's the stop-start nature. Getting the momentum going twice. They do well just to get through for a single. Clontarf happy not to be conceding boundaries, and that's their priority here at this stage. They don't want to see the score leaping up. They don't mind it creeping up, and they'll be feeling that they have a chance. What did we say it was the other day? 60 runs? For full points, you have to win by more than 60 runs. Now, hopefully,
Bowling.
played away, edged, fine third through the slip cordon, which isn't there, of course, and 4 more runs, and that takes the score up to 152 for 5, and there are 3 overs left. Now, in order to win, if they win by more than 40 runs, so Clontarf shouldn't really be looking at the scoreboard as such, as it reads, 152. Certainly what the other teams in the league will be looking at is, can Clontarf reach 112? If they can, they'll start depriving Pembroke of points. And every 10 runs thereafter. Gilhooly. He's gone for 8 and over, but his first over, 3 with a wicket. He'll be looking to replicate that over rather than the one that came straight afterwards where he conceded about 12. McDonough hits him straight down the ground, but long off. We'll keep it to just a single. This is why I thought that the 185 quoted on YouTube may have been a little high. I think if they get to 165, 165, they'll be doing well. Just a single to that fielder. He did very well taking that one on the first bounce.
I thought that was going straighter.
Oh, there's another single taken. Man in the outfield will come in. There'd be no chance of a second there. Maybe in the last over they'd consider it, but certainly no need to at the moment. Now, of course, if Clontarf were to win by 9 or 10 wickets, they'd walk away with the full bonus points. There are 2 sides to this story. Oh, my goodness. Donica Tucker has just latched onto one in his arc, and he has pumped that into the gardens for 6 runs.
I didn't say it. You were talking about the predictions. I was going to say, here comes the Donica 6 fest.
Well, will it be a fest? Beautifully played. Didn't even think of taking a run. Just stood there and admired it. And well, he should. It's gone into the gardens. One of the last few balls to go into the Gardens this season, perhaps. Perhaps even the last one. Although I'm not bowling on Saturday morning, so that rules out a couple of sixes anyway.
Not feeling confident about hitting them either.
Oh no, I'd be batting number 11. Twelve balls remaining in this innings now. I think 165 may have been a little pessimistic, having seen Donica dump that one in the Gardens. So my good run of predicting scores comes to an end. This one is big and it's high and there's a fielder underneath it. It's a long way up there and he's taken a good catch. I'll tell you how long it was up there. They ran 1 3/4 in the time that the ball left the bat to coming down again. And that's the end of McDonough. He departs for a well-made 19 off just 17 deliveries. But that was a fine catch. Got himself set underneath it, got his hands to it. And
It was up so long, the replay barely showed you the shot being hit.
yeah, it was up there forever. Not the easiest of catches, but well taken and with a telemarked finish as well. I'm glad you asked what the telemark finish was, Amanda. You've seen ski jumping when they land with...
Telemark.
Yeah, telemark.
Yeah, so
It's just the context threw you a bit at the... But yes, a beautiful finish. Down on one knee. And he was as steady as a rock and wasn't going to put that one down. 6 wickets down now, 161 on the board. I suspect the batsman crossed twice, and so Donica will be the
Well, it doesn't matter anymore.
non-striker.
mustard. Or dog. Not sure.
You're taking those down the wall.
I'll take them down the hall. What number are we in? 19.
19, it's nearly the break.
Leave you guys.
No.
I'll take those for Graham and leave you these.
Okay.
Is that right?
Yeah, if you wanted to share the love. Marshall didn't have the best first over, but he's dragged it back since then, and he now has 3 wickets to his name, and it's Noah Smith who is the new batsman. Tucker again latching on to a short one. And a slight disagreement about whether there was a second run. As it turned out, there wasn't.
Just the last over.
This is not the last over. It's the over prior to the last over.
Oh, favourite word? Word of the week?
Word of the week, penultimate.
There you go.
Live. Good full length right in at the batsman's feet. Smith did well to play it out to point. .164. I said 165, and our viewer had 185. It also looks like 165, but they had 185. Call of yes came on the hit. The call of no came on the fielding. The sun is out. If you are in the Sandymount area, or even the Dublin area, the Dublin Metropolitan District, and you fancy popping down and seeing Good second innings to come. Clontarf chasing a total of 164 at the moment. Well, that's going to change now. Not out is the call, but they are looking for that second. They're eager for it, in which case don't hit it so hard into the outfield. And an additional 6 runs being added to the Pembroke total.
Oh, it's one of those. Penalties not...
Slow over rate, is it?
Well, personally, I think they should just take a fielder off. As soon as the time is up, a fielder should have to come off. That would solve that problem.
A fielder per over, maybe.
Yeah.
So if you're 10 over short, you have a bowler.
Oh, you have to have another one inside the circle or something.
No, take them off for field.
Take them off. And then they can't open the bowling. Because they've been off the field for an over.
They're going up in the batting.
The batter on.
But as captain, you wouldn't put your opener as the player who has to go off. You'd certainly know where your captain rated you in a side if he had to choose that somebody had to leave the field, and every time he went to you...
If you want to make it fun, let the opposition captain pick. That'll definitely encourage them to get their overs done.
Absolutely, that would, wouldn't it?
Do you want me to bring you back coffee?
No, I'm going to take a trip up there anyway.
In the air, but
It's going to fall short of the fielder. They just get the single.
I don't know. Take my phone.
Could I have tea?
Oh, okay. No, do you want a coffee?
If you make it, I'll come and collect it, because I'm going up there anyway. Oh, that's a shot that you really have trouble setting a field to. Big slash running past the keeper's head.
It's easy enough. They had the field set for it.
They did in
Third
the end.
man.
Well, he's very fine. Fine leg.
That was third man.
Hiya, Josh. That's a fine shot, but has he found the fielder? He has, and it's another catch. Hiya, Josh. How are you? Josh Garth come to visit us here in the commentary box, and he's a good boy. Yeah, good boy. You can see exactly where he was trying to put it. And it was short enough. A good couple of yards inside the boundary, but it's a pursuit of final runs now. Never seen 6p before. Does that mean they go against that bowler? That's played away on the offside. There is a fielder there. They'll just take the single. The ball will go dead. And we're down to one more delivery in this innings. 10 runs out isn't particularly good.
Where's Donica going to try and hit the 6? I reckon he's back to the
Gardens
Gardens.
or Michael Sharp corner? He's gone straight instead. Murray's going for 2. Murray's going to take them on for 2, and they're going to get 2, and that will take Pembroke to 177 for 7 in their 20 overs. And that's a good total for Pembroke. They'd have taken that before the game started, I'm sure.
Is that Dan? Or is it Donica?
That's what they hit it.
No, they charged off the field. Someone's already gone.
I suspect
It was Dan.
it's Dan. So that's a good first innings for Pembroke. They'll be looking to back that up now in the field in 10 minutes' time. We'll just show you the batting card. Oh, Donica Tucker, certainly one of the highlights there. Those wickets at the end, well, they fell mainly through a desire to score.
177 we got.
Nearly at 9 and over, 8.85. Clontarf. There are the bowling figures. Woods and Irving. They took some tap for the fifth bowler. Well, even though Connor Woods took that wicket, skipper decided against using him again. Marshall did well to come back and take 3 for 30 from his 4 overs. And Ben McCabe, or as somebody online suggested, Clontarf Bull McCabe, 2 for 33 from his 4 overs. Tidiest of the bowlers, David Vincent, went wicketless, but also was most economical. Fall of the wickets, well, little clusters at the start. You'll see those here now. 2 in the 8th, 1 in the 11th, 1 in the 2nd, 1 in the 15th, 19th and 20th. But a good shaped line and one that Clontarf will do well to chase. And as we say, this second 11 Premier League game, vital for the league chances of Joe Prendergast's seconds, looking to complete a league and cup double, having secured the cup last weekend. However, there are other teams that are very much in the mix on that. And so Pembroke will be looking to take 25 points here, which would put them ahead of Railway by 22.5. And would mean that Railway have to do 21?
21 and a half.
20. No, if Pembroke win with maximum points, they'll be up, 21.5 points ahead. Marion pretty much out of this now. They can't catch Railway as it stands. But Malahide do have 2 games in hand, and they can get to 227.
1 ahead of where we'd be on maximum.
Yeah. So, should Pembroke win this with 25 points, they're relying on Railway not picking up 2 bonus points.
Winning and not picking up.
And Malahide would be looking for maximum points from their 2 games to put them 1 ahead of Pembroke. That having been said, if Clontarf are to win this game, they would go up to 165, and that would move them ahead of Leinster's seconds, who have finished their season now. Bottom 2 at the moment, YMCA seconds and North County seconds. And those 2, well, they're a good bit behind the rest. So there you have it at the halfway mark. Clontarf need 178 from 20 overs, and they need to be scoring close to 9 and over from the word go. Zach Micklewright is going to open the bowling, and Niall will be delighted to see him warming up at the nursery end. You step away for a moment. The ball disappears. New ball to the umpire's satisfaction. This is a super shot, just played over the bowler's head, straight down the ground. Dale McDonough does the fielding down there. It's Sumit Kumar who's opened up from the CJK Sydney Parade.
Ban the lefties end.
Ban the lefties end. Welcome back. The news is that Pembroke scored 177 for 7, which was perfectly predicted by Gordon Clark once he managed to edit his post. He's claiming all sorts of things now. No doubt he'll tell me on Saturday. He'll show me the original screenshot. So with Pembroke having scored 177 for 7, in order to take maximum points, they need to bowl Clontarf out for less than one, or to keep Clontarf below 137. 40 runs plus would mean Pembroke picking up 40 points. Goes a little shorter, pulled away, down to fine leg. The fielder is after it, but he can't get to it. There's another 4. Expensive first over. It's a run fest here today in Sydney Parade. .11 coming off the first over. Good start for Clontarf. They need to keep this up, though, for all 20 overs if they're to haul down Pembroke's total of 177. Mickle right from the nursery end. Well, that was an unusual delivery, wasn't it? Unusual ball all round, really, but a great stop by the keeper. Much fuller length from Mickle right, second ball. Few of the championship winning first 11 have come down to watch today. JJ Garth, the only one to have noticed. Oh, Giving us a glance down the wall now. Coach Mully at the end. Well, that's a lovely shot. Down on one knee, powered over the offside. Super shot for 6. And it just might be that Joe Prendergast is going to feel the need to bring himself on earlier than perhaps he would have wanted to. The two left-handers not really working out at the moment. It's another baseball shot down the ground. Short punch high up on the bat, but it had enough on it to make it for another 4. 12 off this over, and still 2 balls to come. And Clontarf are setting off in pursuit like they mean it. Well ahead of the scoring rate at the moment. And they've taken a liking to the Pembroke left-armers. McGeehan striking at 300 now, and he's giving his side a super start in their pursuit of Pembroke's 177. What was that about?
I suspect somebody talking, but I don't know. I suspect Joe talking.
Well, if you're going to suspect anybody of talking, I think Joe Prendergast's probably a good guess. This one goes through to the keeper and it's signalled a wide. Another one goes onto the total. All right now, really looking to try and get out of this over without too much more damage being inflicted on him. However, we did see from the first innings that this is a very good batting pitch. Everybody getting in and then getting themselves out. Well, that's a full toss and it's just smacked into the crowd. Beautifully fielded over there. I think that may have even been the club president leading by example. Not taking the catch on the full, but he did manage to take it with one hand. As they say, there's life in the old what's it now. Expensive over for Pembroke. It's not like Clontarf didn't have a couple of their own, though. Well, as I said, if Pembroke are to win with full points to keep their league title hopes alive, they need to bowl Clontarf out for 137. So they don't need 150 as far as the other teams in this division are concerned. They need another 110 to deprive Pembroke of the first point. And as I suspected, Joe Prendergast has brought himself on, right arm around. Absolutely. Wendy providing the best teas in Leinster, in my opinion. 2 years in a row we're in Mount Temple and she not only brought tea, she brought trestle tables, tablecloths, gazebos. Well, not the start that Joe Prendergast wanted. Wide first ball.
Has he gone straight? Over.
Clontarf players finally making their way round to move the sight screen. Niall over there to give them a lesson in camera work. It's quite strange. What, like you did?
that day. He wasn't well. He had a sore paw. He ate 2 portions.
They get through for the single. Dale certainly very vocal this evening, keeping everybody calm. I actually wish the Dougals were just there in front of me, because then when stuff goes through my head, I know which way to look.
Where are the Douglas?
That's another big shot, another big hit, and that's gone into the apartment gardens. And none of the first team are small enough to get through the hole in the fence to fetch that one back, and they're going to have to go to the dressing rooms to get another one. Well, McGeehan is a man on a mission. 28 off 9. Discussion about the ball now, its condition.
Is there too much sugar in your tea, or is it?
No, it's fine. Good builder's tea.
I put 4 sugars in it by mistake.
That's all right. The umpire requesting a different ball from Joe Prendergast, and he's now going to have to leave the field. So excuse us for a second. Good evening, James. It's good to see you are watching this evening. And thank you very much for your comments. But this is a family show. And James has now gone to go and have a lie down after his little rant.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Well, Joe's brought a selection out now. Let's see if the umpires like any of them. What's the betting? He's given them back the one that they rejected, and that will be the one they'll end up with.
There's quite a lot of discussion about this. I mean, the ball is only, how many? 2 overs old.
2 overs and 2 balls. If I was Clontarf, I'd tell the umpires, let them have a new ball. Good firm ball, travel off the bat better. That's a much better shot. It's run down to third. It's well fielded inside the ring, but nothing can prevent the single being taken. And now, just 100 more runs will be depriving Pembroke of at least 1 point. 140 runs would be depriving Pembroke of all points. Dale providing encouragement.
We'd love 25 points, but a win will do.
A win is the important thing. This one's gone wide. The less we get the maximum makes our reliance on other results even more critical. Well, this one just comes off the pads. There's a strangled appeal. Well, that required rate has already come down nearly 0.9 of a run. McGeehan's moved on to 29 now. Prendergast gets through his over. 11 runs coming from it. 9 ball over. Just like the Whelan Cup then.
Hello again.
Just hop along.
What? How many overs?
20.
Nickel right to continue. Good pace. Khan just playing him away on this occasion. And a dot ball. We haven't seen one of those for a while. This is live, by the way.
Joe had a few in the last over.
Well, he had plenty of chances. 9 balls.
No. Be nice.
Joe can't quite get his hand to that despite the dive. It is chased, but they will pick up 2. And Pembroke, you sense, are in need of a wicket. And where's it going to come from?
Hello. I'm good, thanks. Yeah, how are you?
Oh, what a super snare from Greg Hollins. Well, that was just fabulous.
I thought that was flying past him, so I switched camera. You'll see on the replay.
Oh, what a magnificent catch. Taking the edge of the bat, Micklewright, and Hollins making a fabulous catch down to his left. Well, let's see that one again, please, Mr. Director. And here it is.
So unfortunately, I changed the camera. After it flew off the edge. It's okay.
Good take by Hollins. You got the dive. What a fabulous wicket. Well, we were saying Pembroke needed to break that partnership. Partnership of 42. It's got Clontarf in quite a good position. But my goodness, they needed that. And Micklewright provides 1 for 19 off his 9 deliveries. I kind of like catching you in the background,
Oh yeah, well,
because then people understand why I'm talking to myself.
if we're doing that, then it's... Wait.
Would have been picking you up twice from
Oh, yes.
Gallagher originally.
Ah. Good ball. Let's go through, does Vincent. Keep an eye on this young gentleman. I've seen him bat over the last few years. And he's just getting better and better. No longer playing at my level, that's for sure. Good ball from Micklewright, drawing Vincent into the shot. Looking and searching for that edge. Wasn't there on this occasion. Third man being brought into the circle. Danny Hogan at extra cover going out to the boundary. And long leg goes back. The square leg has come in. This one takes the edge, flies down to that short third man. Well, that's the over that Pembroke needed. Zach Micklewright, just 2 runs coming off it, and more importantly, he broke that partnership. It fell at 42. Well, you can see this is a close, tight game, and what a difference that wicket has made. That wicket and that over have dragged Clontarf back below that Pembroke line. But they certainly have a good base in. Prendergast getting this one to go past the outside edge, straight through to the keeper. Dot ball. Oh, super catch from Noah Smith. Kept his eye on it all the way. Was absolutely certain he wasn't going to overrun it. Got to exactly the right spot at the right time. And that's a second wicket falling with the score on 42. And that's McGeehan. And McGeehan, he scored a fabulous 29 off 12. He went big again. And Noah Smith had a fair bit of ground to cover. But he kept his eye on it all the way. And that is a super catch. Get the feeling I'm going to have to give him back the memory stick again.
No. Perfect, just the way it is.
No, you don't. I've got the final one. That's the one that matters. So 2 wickets down, 42 on the board. As I say, Pembroke need to bowl them out for 137 or less to pick up maximum points in their pursuit of the league title to go along with their cup win last Sunday. In the league, it's very tight, though, and you wouldn't say Pembroke are favourites at this stage.
This come in. Ethan Marshall.
Railway, but if Marion were still in a sniff, it would be much better for us.
Yes, you don't know what side is going to go out. You don't know if they're going to have their awards night on the Saturday and be playing on the Sunday.
As we were discussing at the weekend, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to bat any worse, for example. Suddenly the cares go out the window.
Absolutely. Prendergast finding the edge, but it's too much of an edge, and it runs down to third man, where Simit Kumar does the fielding.
Have to go and collect that stuff tomorrow.
Oh God, I'd forgotten about that.
Yeah.
And I'm working through lunch tomorrow as well. I will go and do it first thing in the morning.
What are you talking about?
I have to pick up stuff from the cups being engraved and
There's
stuff.
still one sitting on the island in the kitchen.
Yeah, that's not going to get engraved in time.
What about the one in the back of the car?
No. I just won't give them out to people. I will take them back tonight on Saturday night, and then I'll go and get them done, and then I will find them, track them down.
Well, we'll just put a sticker with a name on who won it. Oh, we know who won it. We know who won them.
Hmm.
So when we get them back next year, we can put the names in, if you want.
Yeah. Oh, I see a Murray warming up. He's either very cold, he's dropping hints to his captain that he's ready to come on, or he's been given the nod.
Luke Murray.
Scoreboard Luke, sight screen Luke, as he's been known today. He did have magnificent work in the first innings, bringing you the best possible pictures, depending on the left arm bowlers and left arm batsman, forcing right arm bowlers to go around the wicket. It's almost worse. Donica Tucker now to come on from the nursery SMC end. So 135 required from 15 overs at exactly nines as Donica Tucker comes on to bowl. Pembroke, though, they consider 137 to be the first point that they want to stop Clontarf getting that many. They are batting with a freedom that suggests Pembroke are going to need to take some wickets if they're to stop them getting to 137. Two young guns at the wicket at the moment. Many thanks to James Cresswell, who's expressed his gratitude at the first wicket falling for Pembroke. Watching at home, in a dark room, I suspect. Soundproofed, probably out in the garden somewhere.
I'm going to go and collect these things tomorrow. They're out by Angus. So I can drop his stuff in. Put it over the house. And then go on to the other place.
That's a nice shot. It's hit right out to the boundary. It's going to get there for 6. It clears both fielders on the fence. Dan Murray and Dan Hogan. Dan. Nice shot. Dan sounds like a sidekick in a Bond movie. Well, nice little skip, but to no avail.
Leave the left.
This one pushed in to the pitch. Driven out to Dale McDonough. And now we'll see the introduction of Luke Murray.
Good start. He's marking out his run up as if he's going to bowl over.
So 52 for 2 now off 5 overs, going along very nicely. However, the required run rate has risen by 0.1 of a run over those 5 overs. As Clontarf have been scoring at, well, just about 9 and over. Scoring at 8 2/3. Pulled well down to long leg. Zach. Oh, well, there was a combination of things that happened there, but first and foremost, fine bit of fielding from Zach Micklewright. One hand down, plucked the ball from the ground and got the throw off as quickly as possible, but couldn't prevent the 2, but certainly cut off any thoughts of a third. Seagull interrupts play. That's my second bird-related event this year. Oh, he's got him right in the box. I think it's going over the top. Just from the noise the thud made. Nicely clipped away, down the leg side again. Katucker with a very accurate throw back to the stumps. Cut away on the offside. The boundary rider going round to it, throws himself at it, but to no avail. 4 more for the total. Total moves on to 59 for 2. That's a big help for Clontarf. 7 coming from this over, from the first 4 balls of it. Great effort to save a couple of runs, but to no avail on this occasion. He's got him. He's got him. He put down the wide one there. The batsman tried to guide it down to third man, and all he could do was steer it into the keeper's gloves, and Hollins takes a second. And that's a very important wicket, not only for Pembroke, but for Luke Murray himself. He'll feel a lot better after that. Hung that one out, outside off. And he just cuts it finally into Hollins' gloves. And that's a well-deserved wicket for Murray. And Pembroke will be delighted now to have Clontarf 3 down. Well, Vickers is the new batsman. He comes in at number 5. He'll be facing a fired-up Luke Murray now. Very straight bat from Vickers, first ball. I heard him from a long way off.
Was quite low.
Tucker to continue now from that. Great work from Luke Murray, right in front of us here. You'd almost think it was done for the camera. No, that's a fabulous piece of running. You can see the commitment in his run there. He's determined to get to this first. And does exactly the right thing. Super piece of fielding, Luke Murray. Played into the outfield. It will just be a single.
I'll do it after this ball.
Yeah, he does.
Just throw them on for the ball. Go them.
Dead. We're just going to move the ground mics. A couple of kids have come into the nets. And save you the repetitive bang, bang, bang. And what we really want is to hear that out in the middle. Dot ball for Tucker. He's dot ball now, putting more and more pressure on for Clontarf.
You can put them on a bit.
Moved on to the other net.
No run for that one either. End of the over. Tucker 0 for 12. 62 for 3. 12 overs remaining. Vickers yet to get off the mark, having faced 5 deliveries.
Hello.
Hello. Well, Murray took a wicket in his last over. On this occasion, he is definitely helped by a great piece of fielding by Donica Tucker, throwing himself full length to prevent the ball getting past him. And that's the sort of fielding that Pembroke need at this stage. Vickers facing now. This will be a 6th ball. Kumar doing the fielding. Brought around the corner again. It's gone to the wrong end. The batsman's going to get back safely. Well, he ran 3/4 of the way down the pitch, and he ran 3/4 of the way back again.
And saved by the ball slipping from the keeper's inner.
Oh, that's a decision given by Peter Searson without too much difficulty. Batsman not happy, but show me a batsman that is. But this one is wrapped in, and Murray has picked up his 2nd wicket in just his 10th delivery. And now Clontarf 64 for 4. Well, I think you can make up your own mind there, and you'll probably come to the same decision as Peter Searson. LBW.
Pitch outside leg.
You think it pitched outside leg? Oh, we're going to see the replay again.
I didn't think it pitched outside. Oh, he's left-handed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Pitched outside leg.
No, I've just shown it twice. I don't think so, yeah.
It may have pitched outside leg, but the umpire's made his decision. He's on his way. 64 for 4. Live scoring hasn't quite caught up with live action, but I'm sure it'll be with us soon enough.
Must have finished losing there now, so.
You're more than welcome to do some commentary if you want.
I think you may be going to get the pads on instead.
You can hear that thudding into the gloves of the keeper. And Luke Murray, well, he's got to be delighted with his evening's work. As for the first time tonight, I get to mention the required run rate has just gone above 10. Stand and deliver shot from the new batsman. Another good over for Luke Murray. Pembroke are going to feel they're back in the hunt for the full bonus points now. 4 wickets down. 11 overs to go. We will show you the the cards at the end, at the halfway mark through this innings.
Roughly 6.5 and over for the full bonus points.
Yeah, just keep going as they are. We'll get them to 130. Donica Tucker just losing grip, either on his fingers or his feet, but either way, he pulled out of that delivery and he'll go again. Well, in what will be a promising sign for Pembroke, not great calling between the two of them there. Bit of hesitation in the call and the reply. One gets the feeling that Tarek is going to be looking for the boundaries. Certainly looking to hit hard, hit in front of the wicket. And there are only two fielders behind the stumps. And this one's gone straight up in the air.
What the
I was very late hitting the replay button there, but
Robin Kelly coming over and taking the catch away from Donica Tucker. It went up in the air.
Robin covered an awful lot of ground. He looked at him almost as if to say, that's how you do it.
Well, we did say Tarek was only going to hit down the ground, and that's what he tried to do, and he's perished. And now 65 for 5. And this is how the wrong one looks. Here's the Clontarf card. Aaron McGeehan, he did very well, scored a great rate. And Ethan Marshall, well, one felt that maybe he was unlucky. Ben McCabe is the next one listed to come in. And we'll find out whether it is. And the live scorers catch up with us. So for victory, Clontarf need 113 from 10.3, or in old money, 10.5 overs. Or in terms of the 100, 63 deliveries. Nicely bowled. It's Gilhooly who's come out. He opened the bowling earlier on from the same end that Tucker's bowling at now. Did very well for his side. And the dot ball here. Big blow out towards Kelly, takes it on the first bounce. Working well together. Pembroke working as a good team. Senior management team of Prendergast, McDonough and Hollins consulting between the overs, but not taking too long. And at the halfway mark of this second innings, Pembroke are going to be the happier of the two teams. There's 5 wickets down, 65 on the board. If they can repeat that in the second half, Pembroke would walk away with maximum points. They need those 5 wickets, though. It's only 7 and over to deprive Pembroke of a point. 11.5 and over to deprive them of the win. Nicely lent into that. It will be the single. Cry of anguish from Dale McDonough as he misfields it. Well, that nearly came off the toe of the bat and didn't. And so instead of a wicket, it's a wide. Another one onto the total for Clontarf. And all those sides wishing Clontarf well this evening. Big swing from Gilhooly on this occasion. Dot ball. Well, it's pulled out to the leg side. It's going to run towards the fence, but Danny Hogan, well, put on his Usain Bolt impression down the sideline and got there in time. The boundary saved. And all these are vital because they're driving up that required rate and keeping down this scoreboard. And that's what Pembroke need. 137, of course, is the target. Oh, my goodness. Outstretched hand there. Well, he might shake his hand. But now Clontarf find themselves needing 2 a ball to win the contest. And 70 to pick up a point. Wide signal down the leg side. Well taken by the keeper. Looking for the stumping, but wasn't there. The dulcet tones of Steve McCarthy in the background. Made his way down to the ground to catch the end of this game. And that one just goes past the edge of the bat. It's the end of the over. Hollins quick to get down to the other end. He's there before the umpire's left. He's pushing the umpire aside any second now. Go and tell him. Go and tell him. Steve. Just moving people away from the ground mics. No reason to listen in on their conversation. Tucker then searching for the 6th wicket. This one is smeared out to Cal, where Zach Micklewright will get it back into the keeper exceptionally quickly. Gilhooly was looking for a second. And that required rate just keeps climbing. This one clipped away again. Be a dot ball. Luke Murray doing the fielding at square leg. And suddenly the Pembroke fielding has stepped up a gear. It's almost like they've realised what's happening and how it's happening. Another dot ball. .69 runs required now by Clontarf to deprive Pembroke of a point. Well, loud appeal. It was either going to be out or wide, and I think we all knew it was wide.
I thought I heard something.
Stump mic next year. Better ball. Another dot. And that's a great finish to the over. Just 2 runs added to Clontarf's total. And another over clicks by. 8 left now. .67. 68 required. Stop Pembroke picking up those maximum points. 67. Because that would have them 1 ahead anyway, yep.
Who's been brought on to ball? That's not allowed.
Summit Kumar coming back on from the St John's end. We get this unique view along the bowler's run-up. Here he comes into bowl. It's gone up in the air. It's slashed down towards third. Just a single from that delivery. This will be a fine end to Pembroke's season. It's been a good season for the seconds. Been in contention for the league all year. They won the cup. And one of the ways you can measure the success of your second 11 is seeing how many of the team have played first team cricket this year. That's quite a few of them. Made their bow. Got their names into the record books playing senior cricket. Big blow out towards Cow. A blow with anger, and it's gone. 4 runs right the way down to the car park. The footsteps you heard were the thudding footsteps of Dan Murray as he chased that one down. Well, it's premeditated, but it's working. Another boundary. And Vickers has had enough. He's had 17 balls, or 18 balls. And of 16 balls, he had 2. But he's decided to take on Kumar now.
Crooked the side screen is. That's why we can't get it any straighter than that.
This one powered out on the offside. Dale McDonough will do the fielding there. Just a single. That's to Pembroke's advantage. One to go in the over now. Runs required has dropped below 100 for the win. That's another big blow. It's flowing out wide. Square on the offside, behind square, running down towards the covers. It's another 4, and that's an expensive over for Summit Kumar and an expensive over for Pembroke. 81 for 5, 85 for 5. And we'll show you the worm. This is where you want the sky pad, where I could write on it. You could see after that over, it's taken a big upturn. And if they kept that rate going, they would get home just about. Pembroke haven't taken a wicket for a couple of overs, and that makes all the difference. These two have played themselves in, and now they're feeling good about how things are going. And Pembroke will feel that they need to break this partnership fairly soon. Joe Prendergast has brought himself back on at the SMC nursery end. This one played away on the leg side. They're going to be looking, well, just for the one. Micklewright, he's got that pick up and throw down to an absolute tee. Quite catching the pads of Gilhooly going through. The noise you heard was the ball careering into the keeper's pads. That's given us a wide. Another big pull out on the leg side. Again, just for a single. .40 balls remaining. Clontarf need 50 to deprive Pembroke of those full points. That will just be a single again. Again, a one-handed pickup from Micklewright. How many times has he done that tonight? This one hit out to long on. Long on will come in. It will just be another single. Just played away again to long on. And again, another single. Smack straight back down the ground. And again, another single. 7 from that over. Let's see what options are open to Joe at this stage. Where's he going to go? Where's he going to look for? Is he going to stick with Sumit Kumar? He's turned instead to Zach Micklewright. And you can see that this partnership came together with the score on 65. They've now put on 27, these two. And you get the feeling Prendergast would like to break this partnership and break it quickly.
I've managed to turn the side screen quite a bit just in a couple of over and backs.
Well, that's just a slash with eyes closed, and it's worked out beautifully for Gilhooly. Came off the toe of the bat, and it's flown away over the keeper and gone for a straight 4. Oh, Gilhooly didn't seem too keen on the pace of Micklewright. And just threw a bat at it, and it worked for him on this occasion. Will it work again? 82 for victory now. off speed delivery. Gilhooly was through the shot before he realised just how slow it was. .42 now from 32 deliveries, 34 deliveries. No ball called. Gilhooly employs the same shot as the first one, which brought a boundary. This brings another boundary. Peter Searson calling this a no ball for front foot well over. And it's just a cross back shot. The ball flies away behind the keeper for another 4. Pembroke can ill afford these runs. 100 up now for Clontarf. 36 more required. And this is a free hit. Free hit lets them get through for the single, even though the ball was caught.
I hate that rule.
What, free hit?
Free hits are okay. I reckon if you're out in a free hit, the ball's dead. The runs are gone.
Yeah, well. That one coming out the back of his hand, another off-speed pitch. 2 remaining in this over now. It's starting to get uncomfortable for Pembroke. 36 now from 32. Another off-speed pitch. This time the batsman gets something on it. It will just be a single. I wonder if Clontarf are aware of the equation that Pembroke are staring at now.
Well, they're bonus points for Clontarf as well, and with their outside chance of getting dragged into a relegation battle, I'm sure they are well aware where the bonus points are.
Well, I'm sure the captain is. Oh, that's well bowled again. And that's the end of the over. 7 coming from it. 103 for 5. 75 off 5 overs at 15 and over would bring victory. 35 runs from 5 overs at 7 and over starts depriving Pembroke of bonus points and earning them for Clontarf. Noel's quite right. It's not just bonus points for Pembroke to win or lose. Only that Pembroke drop, of course. Clontarf will take across the river with them back to Castle Avenue. And any point for them would be extremely gratefully received, especially considering their league position. 3rd from bottom at the moment. They're a good bit ahead of the other 2 teams. Oh. Thanks, Luke. Third man brought into the circle now. Dan Murray it is bowling from the nursery end. 1 off the first ball. Turned to a 6 bowler has Joe. What's it say?
So, Matthew Butler, pretty sure it's within 50 runs we get a bonus point.
Not according to the regs. Overs available to each side, 20 to 30, including T20 refix. On page 8 of the competition playing regulation for the 2023 season, Premier League Division 4 inclusive. You go to page 8 on that, and it shows you a table. according to my reading of that table, it's victory by 40 plus runs. Means the winners get 5 bonus points and the losers don't get any. And then it goes margin of victory of 30 to 39. It'll be 4-1, the split of points. And etc. for 10 runs down, except for the last 10. Oh, direct hit. And Hollins does a good job of tidying up the mess afterwards. The throw came in and hit the base of the stump, and it went flying off. Here it is, straight onto the stump and goes flying off. Look how quickly Hollins reacted. Well, McDonough thought about the dive pass to the stumps then. It didn't quite work out for him. This one hiked out to cow corner. Micklewright is the fielder, and he has a very good arm. And that's another over gone. Just 4 remaining now. 31 required for a bonus point. 30 required for a bonus point. 30 off 24. Or 70 off 24, depending on how far you think Clontarf will go. If they win it from here, well, we're going to see some fireworks for the last 4 overs. "21 of you have stayed with us today. As I say, our next broadcast, well, it depends on how people are feeling on Sunday as to whether they make it out of their beds to come down and stream Sunday's game. No stream on Saturday. You want to see 2 All-Ireland finals and the 6-11, then you need to be down here at 9 o'clock on Saturday morning. It's a big hit. It's out towards Dale McDonough. He knows it's going to bounce in front of him. Tempered his run. Made sure there was nothing more than a single in it. That's just what was required. Here's one to mess the scorer's head. Dan Murray from one end, Luke Murray from the other end. Luke Murray with the 2 wickets so far. Well, this one's just hit out on the leg side. Bowler collects it himself. These singles basically working in Pembroke's favour. Well, Vickers has moved on to 19 now from 29. And when you think that 10 of those runs came from 2 consecutive deliveries, he just hasn't been able to bring out the big bat since. Oh, this one just off the end of the bat. Dale McDonough fielding down here, right in front of us at long on. He's certainly well aware of the equations. He knows that every run is important. Encouraging his teammates. It's a big blow. It's going to clear. It's not. Smith has taken the catch. And that's a fabulous catch again from Smith. He's certainly proving his worth in the field today. 2 great catches. And here it is now on Nelson, 1-1-1. And Murray picks up his 3rd wicket, 3 for 17 now. And Gilhooly, he was only going to go for one thing at this stage. And Smith pulled it up inside the fence. Beautifully done. And that's the 6th wicket to fall. And Gilhooly departs for 22 from just 19 deliveries. And with him, you feel Clontarf's chance of chasing down the 67 they require from 21 deliveries might be out of their reach. However, they still only need 27 runs to pick up a bonus point from their night's endeavours.
Danny in. One across. Dano extra.
Left-hander comes into bat.
Out.
Bit of rugby training going on the back pitch now. It's that time of year again. This time next week, this will be Monkstown Football Club. And then we will see you again, of course, in April 2024. Oh, good start to the over for Pembroke. It's a dot ball. It could have been so much more. I thought I heard an edge there. I think Luke heard an edge there, and I think Greg is apologetic for not catching the edge there. That one just not sticking in the gloves. Nicely clipped away on the off the legs. That's going to run around towards the Willfield Road gate, where it's picked up by Donica Tucker. There's a couple of runs for Clontarf. Everyone is welcome, especially ones that get you off Nelson. 1-1-1 disappears. It's the end of the over. One run and one wicket and 5 runs coming from that Murray over. And he now has 3 for 19. And he's a big part of why this Pembroke team looks like it's going to go on to victory here tonight against Clontarf seconds in this second 11 Premier League refix. That explains why we're wearing whites but playing T20. I'm waiting for the directive from Cricket Leinster over the winter that all cricket will become pyjama cricket. The second-hand market in whites will collapse. This is Dan. Starts with a wide. Just 24 more required. 18 balls to go. If we have, don't tell me, because otherwise everyone will know. Let's head out to long on. It will just be a single. It's McCabe who's out now. He's come in at number 8. He'll be looking to do a big job for his side here now. 23 runs. Forget what you're seeing at the bottom of your screen. Clontarf 2s need 23 runs for a bonus point. Which one was that on?
It was my one.
Oh, we know it wasn't mine. Oh, that's a dot ball as the captain is prowling there on the offside for McCabe. Keeping a close eye. Looking to snare anything coming his way. Well, that's played away on the offside. Rob Kelly is the one who does the fielding there. He's another one of these bats left-handed, throws right-handed.
Is he?
Yep. This one, Hoyt's out to Cow again. They're thinking about 2. They decide against it. And perhaps wisely.
They've seen that arm.
Yes. And a fabulous arm it is too. Are you off?
No, just back to the clubhouse.
Okay.
Join the other dogs. There's about 6 of them up there.
Pembroke Crash and the Pembroke Pound. This one is hit straight back. Donica Tucker again, showing just how well his fielding has come on over the last couple of years. wide awake and alert in the field. Dan Murray again, just straying onto the pads. It's played out square leg, and this time they think again. And that's another good over for Pembroke. Just 6 coming from it. And now from the last 2 overs, 29. Oh no, 19. 19 from 2 overs. No. As Paul Hardcastle said, 19 for 1 point. Joe Prendergast now to bowl the 19th over. Score 119 for 6. We kind of forget that there is actually a score as well as runs required. And Vickers doing very well. He scored 23. It has taken him 33 balls, but he plays the right role for the partners he has. And I suspect at this stage now, he's going to want to go big in search of these 19 runs that Clontarf need for a bonus point. You can hear the cheers or encouragement and excitement out on the field. 11 balls remaining. 18. Pembroke have to stop them scoring 18 runs. Just a single again. No need to go for the crazy catch that you miss and it runs away for 4. That wouldn't do Pembroke any favours at all. Smeared out on the leg side. And Smith picks up his 3rd catch of the game. He's having an absolute... He may be in line for the catching award after this game. Prendergast putting this one outside off. He had no choice but to fetch it from there and try and clear the leg side boundary, and instead all he found was Bucket's hand Smith. 3 catches today for Noah Smith. Seven down now, 121 on the board, just 9 balls remaining, and 17 runs is the target for Clontarf.
Do not go around the wicket, Joe.
Is this another left?
Another left-handed batsman for Prendergast to bowl to. This one lifted into the leg side. Robin Kelly is there, and he'll keep it to a single. That one's hit straight down the ground, and it's not going to be stopped, and it's gone for a beautiful 4. And that makes it interesting. Just 12 more required, 7 balls. Just leant down and freed the arms. They need 12 off 7 balls.
Oh, that's in the air. That's a super catch.
Well, that is catch of the day. I'm sorry, Noah, your catches have been too steady and too reliable. There's a sliding catch in there, and that's the end of McCabe.
Quite a mess of this with replays, so
That's Luke Murray.
very quick. Oh, just about.
Luke Murray with a beautiful sliding catch down there. You see him going down, and he makes sure of it, and he holds it, and that's out. Fabulous catch. Catch of the day, and it could be the one that lets Pembroke pick up maximum points, as they now need 12 from the final over. And who's the final over to be bowled by?
Looks like Dan.
Dan Murray being entrusted with the final over. And Reed comes into bat. He'll be well aware of the fact that his side need 12 for a point in a division where every point matters. It certainly matters at the top of the league. So close at the moment. So many possibilities, even at this late stage. Well, Dan starts with a dot, and that's exactly what's required. Just two big blows. Could make a mess of Joe's plans.
Oh.
But instead, Dan takes another one, and that's a super delivery. He bowls a batsman looking to swing his bat at something, and that's the 9th wicket down. And that's the best way of slowing a run rate down. Send another man back to the pavilion, and that's exactly what Dan Murray does with this delivery. Just swung at it, missed it, and took the top of off. Well, as bowlers were often told to do that, and Dan did it to perfection. And 126 for 9. Now the umpires are coming together. Are they talking about penalty runs?
Too late.
Yeah.
We started the last over.
Yeah, if you just leave them in behind the bar, that'd be great. Are they all engraved?
I don't think so.
Thanks, gents.
Thank you. It's a very long run up Dan has.
It is a long run up. Accelerating all the time in it. And that's a beautiful first delivery. Pembroke just 1 wicket away from victory, just 3 balls from victory, and still 12 required for a bonus point. Will it be 3 4s? Will it be 2 6s?
Keep going, Dono!
Oh, jeez.
You're allowed.
It's in the air. It's hit out to the fielder. He lets them take the single. Well, Matthew Butler, I suppose one of us will be right when they publish the league tables, because Clontarf just need one more run to be within 50. Oh, no ball.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Why?
Pembroke are insisting on making this.
What was the no ball for?
Men inside the circle.
Sorry?
The number of men inside the circle.
Was somebody inside or not when it was bowled? There's no point in arguing. So it could matter.
So, sorry, had they too many or not enough?
They're saying they had not enough inside the ring.
I haven't seen a signal from Mr. Doctor. There it is.
Yeah. So this is a free hit.
Yeah.
It's okay, but
Just 9 required.
so you have to have.
No, they've pushed Donica back now.
Okay, and pull Luke back in.
Yeah.
But the wicketkeeper doesn't count as one in the circle.
He's inside the circle.
Luke
He has gone straight. That's why they put Donica back there, and he's hit a boundary.
Okay, one ball to come, is it?
Yeah.
Hit this for a 6 for a bonus point. Do you see the runs per over required?
270. Which may be a little bit beyond.
Well, it's 45 a ball. So there's no doubt that Pembroke are going to win this game. It's just the destination of the bonus points. Even a 4 here. And he's run out off the last ball, and Pembroke walk away with the full bonus points. It was mission accomplished for Joe and his team. They'll be delighted with the way that's finished the league season. Full points win. That puts them top of the table, if only for a couple of nights. But it certainly maximises their return from this game. Good all-round performance from Pembroke. It was the bowling in the middle overs, really, that put Clontarf under so much pressure. They had a great opening stand, but once that was broken, it slowly but surely just...
You can see why.
He's gone back to get his marker, I think, is he?
Yes, yeah. So the teams will meet out in the middle, and then we'll show you the cards. Give you the tail of the tape for this game, and remind you that our next broadcast might be Sunday. It definitely isn't Saturday, and there's no game on tomorrow, but it might be Sunday. And if it is, that will be the last game of the season to be covered on Pembroke Live. And then we'll be switching over to Old Belvedere Women's Rugby from Ollie Campbell Park during the winter, before returning to Sydney Parade in April of 2024. Well, the teams have finished shaking hands. We'll show you the cards. Pembroke won the toss and decided to bat. They were chasing full bonus points, and they felt the best way to do that was to put up a big total and defend it. And certainly the way Zach Micklewright went about his business, you knew they were looking to go big. Danny Hogan fell, having hit one glorious 6, and then went for another big hit and fell. Joe Prendergast playing the captain's knock, and Rob Kelly, well, he used the leg side to good effect. Dale McDonough, well, he scored over a runner ball and was the perfect partner for Kelly, and also for Donica Tucker, who came in and scored 24 from just 15 balls. Noah Smith scored 3 from his 4 deliveries, but he also took 3 catches in the second innings. We'll see those later on. So over 20 overs, Pembroke scored 177 for 7 at a run rate of 8.85. That meant that Clontarf were going to need 178 for victory, or 138 for the start of the bonus points. Here was Clontarf's bowling. Marshall, well, he took a tap in his first over, but he came back nicely and ended up with 3 for 30. It was really a run-scoring day for Pembroke. They were determined to score big, and they did. They lost a couple of wickets in clumps, but other than that, everyone really contributed. Clontarf then came out needing that 178 for victory, or 138 for bonus points, and they fell just short on 133 all out. Well, the scorers have it down as for 9. We think the last man was run out, and you can see that it says overs 19.5. There's still that last ball to be dealt with, and the umpires are talking to the scorers now. So that's the story of the game. Pembroke victorious. As you can see, the Clontarf line just couldn't really keep up with the Pembroke one and just slipped away at the end and ended up losing by there it is. It's now been, the book's now been finished, and it was a run out off the last delivery. 134 all out, and they finish just 4 runs short of taking a bonus point off Pembroke tonight. And then we'll just show you the scorebar and say thank you very much for tuning in tonight. It's been a fabulous night's cricket.
It's the last wicket, chaos.
And the seconds have done exactly the right thing. They've picked up the bonus points, and everybody knows, and they hadn't crossed. And so it's Reed that's run out. And now the cover's going back on. So yes, it's been an absolute privilege doing the midweek games here in Pembroke this week. I'd like to thank my employer. A number of times I've had to sneak out of work to get down here in time. 4:30 starts, lads. These are very much to be one-offs.
Well, thank you for doing it, Craig.
Thank you, Niall. Your technical ability knows no bounds. Absolutely fabulous work again for another season. We have possibly one more game on Sunday, and hopefully we'll see you then. But for tonight, from all of us here at Sydney Parade, all of us on the stream team, as we seem to have become known, we'd like to say thank you very much, and we'll see you hopefully on Sunday.